What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Toshi today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. It is the 24th day of September today, and here we are sitting at about 30838 with 8 hours and 38 minutes left in this day, this wonderful Wednesday, the 24th here. We're up about 6% today so far, and we've seen a little bit more growth than that, right? At the top, at the peak here, we were up like 13%. Came back down. Toshi can have these wicks to the upside like this candle here and then still move up. We've seen it happen plenty of times. Oftentimes enough, though, these wicks do imply that we have lower to go. Have we found the low? Are there lower prices to go? I'm sure that's a question that's on a lot of people's minds. I have given it my official stamp of approval, whatever that's worth, that I very much do believe that we have found the low for Toshi. There's not many cryptos that I'm convinced have found their lows yet, but Toshi is certainly one of them. Again, and not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but even at the top here, I was just making a video on ZBCN. You can double check it if you don't believe me, but at the top here, I was saying I think this is a bull trap. I think we're going to come down from here. I hope I'm wrong. I say those things too. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that Bitcoin proves me wrong. It pumps and it goes up. It validates this as a low, but I think that we're at a point where we're actually going to turn around. If Bitcoin turns around and goes lower, it's very possible that Toshi also comes down as well. Now, if Bitcoin sees lower prices than what it saw 2 days ago, or earlier today and 2 days ago, if it sees lower prices, is it possible that Toshi could see a lower low? Yes. Just because I'm saying I think that the low is in does not mean that I'm naive enough to believe that there's no possible outcome where we don't go lower. There absolutely is an outcome, or there's no possible outcome where we go lower. There absolutely is. We can go lower, and if we were to go lower, I think it's important to address where those targets might be. From a high to a low here, I think it's totally acceptable. And somebody asked this actually yesterday, and I didn't respond. I was going through deleting scam comments, so I didn't respond, but I did read this comment. I meant to respond to it. I'm going to respond to it now because hopefully you're watching, whoever you were. You're asking, what was the lowest price that I could see Toshi going to? I think that the lowest that it could go to, and that it's fine. Let's actually address that. Let's see. Low to high. 30567. 305,678. That's 305,678 could be the lowest price that Toshi could go to, and if we were to go down that low, still provided that it bounces there, it would still be fine. So if we bounce off of this area, it's the golden ratio. It's a higher low overall. I think Toshi's fine. 305,678. We're at 30838 right now. That's a big drop. That'd be a very big drop. In fact, how much would that be? Like 30% or more? Be just a little bit over 30% there, right? Kind of intense. I don't think it happens. If it does happen, it'll be short-lived, and then we'll be right back rocking and rolling in no time. My thoughts are more so that if we are to go below this low, I don't think that we do. I've already said it several times in this video and yesterday. I think we found the low, but if we do go below this low, I think 30676 holds as support. Prior resistance here, it's the golden ratio of this overall range. We have various areas where we found some significance in this exact golden ratio zone as well. It would make a lot of sense to me that if we went lower, we'd go down there. But again, what makes the most sense to me right now, and I'm objectively stating this as a point of belief, is that I think we have found the low and that we are ready to move higher. If we look at the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame, we zoom back out, I'm assuming that these time frames will agree with what I'm saying here. If they disagree, we'll go from there, and that's fine. That's why it's important to watch the whole video, right? Watch the beginning. I give my thoughts just from like a first perspective look. Then we dissect it a little bit, and those thoughts can change. Just because I'm bullish or bearish at the beginning of the video does not mean that that's my ultimate outcome, right? I have to work through it, and that's the whole purpose of these videos. You guys see how I work through it. If you want to do technical analysis, you can copy me or at least just learn from my mistakes. Where did I go right? Where did I go wrong? Some people don't even know how to use these tools, so whenever I draw them on here, just having that perspective available, that's kind of the other part of why I make these videos, right? If I just came on here and I told you what I think the price is going to do, we could shorten these videos up to like a 30-second clip on every single one. I would just do short videos. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should start doing short videos more. I don't know. Somebody's trying to get me into doing shorts more to help promote the channel. I could. I'm just lazy. Let's get into it, okay? 3084 right now. Probably going to shave the head down a little bit more. The hair's starting to grow back too much. You have to shave it down a little bit. It feels cool, though. It's like all fuzzy. Everything feels cold whenever I touch it. It's like crazy how how hot your head is because everything feels cold when you touch it. Anyways, 3084 right now. Rain is weird. Rain is weird on a bald head, you guys. What were we going to do? We're going to pull up these indicators here. I got all distracted talking about myself. Looks pretty good on the 1 hour time frame. This RSI looks really, really good. We're holding up above the 50, getting overbought, looking nice there. You got lower lows in the stochastics, but higher lows in the price. That's hidden bullish divergence. We're at an area where we can find support. If we go a little bit lower, that's fine. We, again, we can go lower from here. If Bitcoin goes lower, Toshi's probably going to go lower as well. If we were to go lower from here, from a low to a high point, I would think that we find support around 3078 to 30768, if not higher. But we probably do come down from here. That'd be my guess. I definitely believe that we have at least 3082, if not likely lower, that we would go to. And I've also given my targets already where we would go if we went below these lows here, which I don't think we're going to do, but if we were to do that. Overall, yeah, looks good. Looks really good, but does allow for a little bit of downside. So don't be intimidated if we get that over the coming hours, even by the end of this day. 4 hour stochastics, I don't like that it's rejecting the overbought zone. 32 minutes left. Let's see if some magic can happen. But if you are rejecting the overbought zone here, that also shows exactly what I'm saying is probably going to be true, which is that we move down a little bit, and then perhaps we can bounce off the 50 and then move up higher. Overall, I think you're in a good posturing with the stochastics, but just for the time being, it looks like you want to come down a little bit. The RSI looks good, getting deep in the overbought zone. You hate the oversold zone. You're living above the 50, barely living below the 50 at all. Very, very positive overall. It looks like we're on the brink of breaking this downtrend here. All we got to do is get above that high, and I think you'll do that soon. The 4 hour MACD is about to cross above the 0. You got a bunch of good things lined up here on the 4 hour time frame. So again, the idea of a momentary pullback is there. It's definitely there, but an overall moving up, suggesting that this is the low, I think is also there as well. So, and if we are to move lower, if I'm interpreting the charts wrong, a little bit lower. I already gave you the targets, right? It's like 3067. I want to say is where I think we're going to go. 676. At the lowest, it could go lower, but I doubt that we get below this low over here. On the daily time frame, the stochastics are weird. I suppose they're more bullish than bearish, but they're weird. The MACD is definitely bullish, and the RSI is bullish overall as well, promoting the idea that we continue to grow. Unless in the next 8 hours and 31 minutes we come down and we close today red, I think that we're in good shape. So keep doing this, keep closing green days. It's okay if we pull back a little bit throughout the days here and there. Ideally, we wouldn't, by the end of today, reverse. But anything can happen. If Bitcoin decides to really drop from here at an incredible rate, we've seen that happen before, right? 2 4 hour candles here, we had a very big drop. We've got 2 4 hour candles left in this day. That can definitely shake things up for Toshi as well, right? I'm expecting Toshi holds this low. I'm expecting that we hold this low here. But if we are to go lower, we probably still hold these lows. We'll get a higher low overall, and things will be fine. Moving higher. Looking to the upside, let's actually pull out the MEXC chart. I want to draw this fib just because it's more relevant. I know the high to low is definitely relevant too, but I want to take this high to low right here and just do that real quick. Hold on, it's loading. It's taking a second. This page is slowing down Firefox. Firefox actually wanted me to do an update, but I couldn't update it because I was in the middle of uploading another video, so I need to update Firefox, I think, is what the issue is here. We'll see. Yeah, it's never taken this long. I mean, it's taken long sometimes, but man, that is a long time. That's what we get living out in the country. Anyways, high to low here. High to low here. Really, that's what we get with T-Mobile. T-Mobile 5G, I am not a fan. I had Verizon 5G at the old house, no problem. At the apartment complex, no problem. Here, I don't know. Is it because we're out in the middle of nowhere, or is it because it's T-Mobile? I like to blame things, so I'm blaming it on T-Mobile. That's high to low. Maybe T-Mobile's not a problem. I don't know. But I'm definitely not the spokesperson for them. That's for damn sure. High to low, the expectation would be that the next target area when approaching prices above this high would be something at 0.0013 to 0.00183. So we'll probably find turbulence around our current all-time high areas, right? Getting above the closing price on a 3-day period, getting above this here, but consolidating perhaps in this area for a little bit of time. Then by the end of October, we should be approaching higher prices. Going into the end of the year, we should be approaching higher prices. Ultimately, assuming that we're going to see prices somewhere at about half a cent to 0.00818 cents. I'm thinking we'll go somewhere right there in the middle at 0.0069, 0.007, 007. Psychological areas for resistance. They're not really psychological areas, but they are at the same time. It's like people are just funny. They'll sell those levels just because they're memes in itself. 007, 69, whatever. People sell those levels. So I think, and maybe we hit those levels exactly and we stop there. Maybe we don't. Maybe we stop at 0.008043. Just something kind of odd. It doesn't have to be these specific areas, but I'm thinking something in this area is where we're ultimately going to go to. And the way I have it drawn would be by the end of the year, but I think really it would probably be more likely that we're up in this area by the end of October, if not early November. So a little bit of a faster pace. But Toshi, whenever it gets moving, it really does move at a faster pace. We don't move like this. I've got so much going on here. We don't move like this to go to the upside. That's not what happens. We move like this. Right? We move up pretty damn fast. We move like this. We move up pretty fast. So it's just been accumulating, consolidating for a long time. I think it's very clear that this is accumulation. It's a blessing that you even have another opportunity to buy after this breakout happened. It was a fake out, really, is what it was. But I think it's a blessing that we're back down at these areas. It won't be here for long. There's a lot of growth coming over the coming days, over the coming weeks. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? It's the 24th of September. I would expect that within the next 30 days or so, we're going to see some very voluptuous price action take place, okay? So play, or what's the word I want to look for? What's the phrase? I was going to say play your chips accordingly. Make your bets accordingly. I don't know. Just make your bet and lay in it. Try not to get caught up in these little in-between movements, right? It's going to be volatile on the way up. Let's just look at this real quick, okay? You see this high here coming down to this low point. Before you moved higher, you had a high to low. You had a 40% drop. You had multiple sizable drops here. If you look at this on a daily time frame. We take this high here to a low there. You dropped 44%. High here to low here, you dropped 32%. And then you came back up. And then that high to low here, you dropped 38%. And then on this day, from the high to the low on the next day, you dropped, how much was that? I can't even see because of all these numbers. You dropped 41%. You dropped 41%, you dropped 38%, 32%, 44%. You had 4 30% plus drops all in a week's time frame before you made the overall move, which from a low here, from like where the move really began to the high, was a 20x. If you got shaken out, maybe not the first time, maybe not the second time, but the third time you're like, oh, I knew it, I should have sold, why am I not doing this? The fourth time comes along, you feel so smart, and then boom, it takes off without you. You need to have conviction in your plays. Understand what's different about it here. Why did we move up? Why, when we're at an area of resistance, were we finding resistance continuously, but then we didn't go lower, right? That's the exact thing. If we either do or we don't find resistance. Maybe you get second chances, but you don't get third or fourth chances in these kind of environments. Consolidating here versus rejecting here, allowed different behavior to pursue, to ensue. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I'm not saying from here, learn your lesson and sell and then try to buy the dip. I mean, maybe if you want to try and play the game, maybe when we get up to this all-time high, maybe. But more so, I would say just hold. Don't let these 30%, 40% dips scare you, because we look at that in the moment. If this was happening in the moment, it'd be intimidating. You'd come out, you'd look at this at the low, you'd be intimidated. You'd think something bad's going to happen. 3-day time frame here, we look at it on the 3-day though, or the weekly, and it's a good memory. It just moved up straight. Oh, what? There was one 3-day period where it was red. The rest of it was growth. But it wasn't that easy. There's 4 30% drops or more all in a week's time frame right here. In what was a 20x move from January 13th to January 28th, right? 2-week time frame. Don't play the short game. Play the long game. Buy here and not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I wouldn't sell until we're at least at half a cent or higher. That's my thoughts. Every dip that you get is not a moment where you should be like, oh, I wish that I bought. I wish that I sold so that I could buy here. I wish I sold. I knew that was going to be the top. Every dip you see should be this is an area to buy more if I want to. This is an area to buy more. And that's what we're doing right now. That's exactly what this is. We're down here right now from a high to the current price. We're down about 27%. This is a perfect area to buy. We might go a little bit lower from here, but again, the amounts that we go down are going to be negligible compared to the upside that we have. Even if we go lower than these lows, even if we go lower than intended, the downside is negligible compared to the upside. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.